What's up? My name is Nala, and I'm coming straight from the information highway. I'm here to talk about China and the Chinese situation that we just experienced recently. But before I get into that, guys, please check out my last two videos. Your comments, please like, subscribe, and you can do the same thing to this video. Love you for that. Anyway, let's talk about China. China was considered a red state back in the day, which is a communist controlled country. This is where their leaders have this philosophical, social, political, and economic ideology where everyone is mainly on the same level. Though Africa, on the other hand, is leaning more towards a socialist society. And it's all indirectly because it is a European construct, a Chinese construct, and not an African construct. They're being led to think one way and not thinking their own way, you know, like individually, like the country's supposed to think. They're thinking, they have the mind of the European and the mind of the Chinese, basically. So for them to have their own idea of what their society would be, they have to get away from that European construct or European mindset, if you get my drift. So back to China. Historically, China have been invading Africa. This was during the period of the pharaohs with their invasion in Africa. They're always trying to get something out of Africa. And they even went as far as using it amalgamation. They use amalgamation to get inside of the royal family and become a part of the royal family. So they'll marry into the royal family if they get an opportunity. And to today, they're still trying to do that same thing. Look at China though. As far as the eye can see, China has a hate for Africans, like a deep-hearted hate for Africans. What else would you expect when a country or the people in the country want to portray Africans in a negative light? What else do you expect? The negative appearance is when I don't know if you guys remember when they did a commercial, and the commercial shows a black man being put into a washing machine, and after he was washed, he came out as a white man, and obviously the Chinese woman was gleaming because he's now clean or white. So they look at us as dirty people. The other thing I noticed too is this was just sinister act where they shipped infected masks to people in Africa. And 80% of those masks were infected. And it's a good thing the these were Ghanaians, a good thing the Ghanaians had sense enough to test these masks, or else so many people would have gotten infected. What is their agenda? Why are they trying to infect the people in Africa? It just shows the pure hate they have for Africans. They want to get rid of Africans, basically. The other thing that I investigated on was when they were selling fake rice, like plastic rice, to the Africans. And when these things happen, I say to myself, okay, finally, these people are going to wake up and see that the Chinese do not like them. But the Africans never do. They still treat them like they're gods over there, and they just let them talk to them any kind of way, treat them any kind of way, and laugh about it and go along their business. That's not how it goes, my brothers and sisters. You got to stand on your feet and not let these people deal with you in any kind of way. They're in your country. Let me compose myself because I get really irate over this thing. The other thing that they do, the leaders of the Chinese government will offer these death traps to the, I'm not going to call them leaders, I call them bleeders, to these bleeders of the country. I call them bleeders because they're helping to bleed your economy. They're helping to bleed from the people, the natural resources from the country. They're bleeding the country to the point where the country cannot build up. So these leaders are bleeders, not leaders. So they sell these debt trap to these bleeders, and these bleeders always fall for the okey doke. They fall for it. They never once say, you know what, these loans are pulling me into a trap that I'm not going to be able to get out of. They never think like that. They always want to just get. And never have they said to themselves, it seems, let me try to build my country up so I don't have to keep on borrowing from these people. I don't get it. These people, these bleeders are stuck on stupid, like literally stuck on stupid. That's all I can see. I mean, me coming from a business accounting background, I see right through what they're doing, and I want them to see what I see. Okay. Yeah, I honestly want these bleeders to see what I see. I really do. I don't know if they want to see what I see. They seems to be quite comfortable just being little puppets, little bleeders for the European. It's a sad situation. They don't understand how they're making Africans in Africa look bad. And black people in America, we don't need you to do that. And we want to be able to look over at Africa and say, oh man, Africa, at least they got their stuff together. If anything, I can go there and, but if we know that you are under the under the feet of the white man, what's the sense of leaving here and going there? I mean, to me, y'all got to get y'all act together. Like the bleeders, they gotta get their act together. They need to stop bleeding, letting the country bleed out. Pretty soon, there's gonna be nothing left in Africa, cause y'all letting all these people coming over there and just bleeding the country. It's sad. It is just sad. I'm waiting to see Africa, them bleeders become leaders. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for them to lead the people the right way, basically. In any situation, or in any case, back to China. So China has really been a thorn in the African side, even though the Africans can't feel it. They've been a thorn. Even recently, this is what that got me as well. Well, those other things I talked about. When they have Africans in their country and they want to just all of a sudden, out of the blue, start treating the Africans like garbage, kicking them out of their apartments, having them sleep on the street, taking their passport, testing only Africans, to me, sounds like they're up to something. Like another something sinister. It just does not seem right. How are you going to only test Africans? You got Europeans over there, you got Indians, you got your own Chinese people, you got All the other nations are in your country. Why are you only testing Africans? So you up to something. You're up to something, and God, He's gonna shine a light on what you're doing. You evil Chinese people. He's gonna shine a light on what you're doing. You're evil. You cannot just test Africans. It doesn't make sense. You have an evil agenda and you want to just test the Africans because of your evil agenda. And telling the world, oh, we tested 4,000 Africans and 111 Africans got positive Chinese virus. That's your virus. That's your virus that you created. Okay? You created your virus. And now you caused the Africans to catch your virus. Now you want to target them and say you're going to test only Africans? Or in any case, someone in China need to keep tabs on these people. That's what I think. Keep tabs on these people. Make sure that whatever happens to them, make sure, you guys know exactly what's going on. I am floored with how we as a people, black people, are always the underdog. We always are being treated like we're less than. We're a good people. We're good. If you go to Africa and you meet those people over there, you will see how these people are just so calm-natured. They're just good-hearted people. We're not a bad people. Why is it that other races want to treat us like we're the worst race on the planet? So I decided to come up with some solutions to how to fix some of the problems that we have. One of the solutions is we need to stop supporting Chinese people. We need to stop. Why are you supporting people that despise you? They only want your money. The other thing that we need to do as a people in Africa at this point is we need to talk to the leaders. Like, get them to do what you need them to do. Push them to become leaders and not bleeders. Unless they're going to continue to bleed the country, bleed the continent. They have to care about the people. But they have been brainwashed by the European system not to care. They don't care. But they have to stand on their feet and say, no, these are my people. I care more about my people than I do about what you think, European man. I care more about my people. I care more about what happens to this country. This is my father's land. This is my mother's land. This is where my children's children will be. I am not going to sacrifice my land because of your agenda and what you want. This is how they need to think, but they're not thinking like that. But in any case, yeah, the people have to start pushing the leaders to do what they want them to do. Have to start pushing these leaders. Push these bleeders. They're not leaders yet. Some of them have a little inkling of leadership in them, but not fully. When they get away from the European, then they become leaders. Gaddafi was a leader. Yeah, I know. What happened to him was horrible, but he was definitely a leader. He didn't want to be a part of that. He did not want to be a part of that. So I know that probably got a lot of these African people scared to become real leaders. But if you guys work together, if the African if the African men, they all come together and said, okay, we're going to do this. This is our country. We're going to do this. We're going to do this together. We're going to tell them this is what we want and we're going to do these together. It can happen. I'm sure it can happen, but it have to be a unified front. Got to be unified. In any case, guys, this is all that I want to talk about. Sorry for me getting all blazed up. I just get upset when I see how we could be and not how we are. We could be a great, great nation as Africans. The white man has got many of us by the balls. They got many of us by the balls, and we are scared to. We're scared. They got us scared straight, basically. But with that said, I want to thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.